Alright, so let's get right into it. We're talking smart money tips today, the kind of stuff that, honestly, can completely change your financial trajectory if you actually put them into practice. I see so many people making the same mistakes over and over again, basically throwing money down the drain, or worse, getting themselves into a financial hole they can't easily dig out of. And the crazy part is, a lot of this isn't rocket science. It's about building good habits and understanding a few key principles that can make a massive difference in the long run. This isn't about getting rich quick, because let's be real, that rarely ever happens. This is about building a solid foundation, making your money work for, instead of you constantly working for your money, and ultimately, achieving a level of financial peace of mind that frankly, is priceless. We're going to break down 5 incredibly important strategies that you absolutely need to know. I'm talking about things that can help you save more, spend smarter, and grow your wealth over time, even if you're starting with very little. So, if you're tired of feeling stressed about money, or if you just want to level up your financial game, you're in the right place. We're going to cover everything from the absolute basics, like why you need a budget and how to actually make one that doesn't suck, to the power of investing early, and why avoiding certain kinds of debt is like avoiding financial quicksand. Stick around because the information in this video could genuinely be a turning point for you. Let's do this. Okay, first things first, and this is probably the one people resist the most, but it's foundational. You absolutely have to create a budget. I know, the word budget sounds restrictive, like you're going to have to give up everything fun in life. But trust me on this, a budget isn't about restriction, it's about awareness and control. It's like trying to build a house without a blueprint. You might get something standing, but it's probably going to be a mess, and eventually fall apart. Your finances are no different. If you don't know where your money is coming from, and more importantly where it's going, you're just flying blind, and that's a recipe for disaster. So, how do you actually do it? It's simpler than you think. Start by tracking all your income for a month, every single penny. Then, list out all your fixed expenses. These are the things that cost the same each month, like your rent or mortgage, car payments, insurance, that sort of thing. After that, you tackle your variable expenses, groceries, gas, entertainment, subscriptions you forgot you even had. This is where you'll often find the leaks in your spending. There are tons of apps out there that can help, or a simple spreadsheet works just fine. The key is to be honest and thorough. Don't guesstimate. Actually look at your bank statements and credit card bills. Once you have this information, you can start making informed decisions. You'll see exactly where your money is going, and you can identify areas where you might be overspending or where you can cut back without really feeling it. This isn't about depriving yourself, it's about allocating your money intentionally towards your goals, whether that's saving for a down payment, paying off debt, or investing for the future. A budget gives you power over your money, instead of your money having power over you. Seriously, don't skip this step. It's the bedrock of everything else we're going to talk about. Alright, next up, and this one is a lifesaver, literally sometimes, building an emergency fund. Think of this as your personal financial safety net, your get-out-of-jail-free card when life throws you one of those inevitable curveballs. Because let's be honest, unexpected stuff happens all the time. Your car breaks down, you have an unexpected medical bill, your water heater decides to flood your basement, or, worst-case scenario, you lose your job. Without an emergency fund, these situations can go from being an inconvenience to a full-blown financial crisis, forcing you into high-interest debt just to stay afloat. So, what exactly is an emergency fund? It's a stash of cash, kept in a separate, easily accessible savings account. Ideally a high-yield one, so it's at least earning a little bit of interest, specifically for these unforeseen urgent expenses. This is not your vacation fund, it's not for a new TV, it's purely for true emergencies. The general rule of thumb is to save up at least 3 to 6 months worth of essential living expenses. And by essential I mean the bare minimum you need to cover your housing, food, utilities, transportation, and critical loan payments. Calculate what that number is for you. It might seem daunting, but you can build it up gradually. The peace of mind that comes with having a fully funded emergency fund is incredible. It's the difference between a stressful event and a catastrophic one. It means you don't have to derail your long-term investment plans or rack up credit card debt when something goes wrong. It provides a buffer, a cushion that allows you to handle these situations without panicking. If you don't have one, start building it. Even if it's just $20 a week, start. It's one of the smartest financial moves you can possibly make, and it protects all your other financial efforts. Now let's talk about something that can truly build serious wealth over time: investing, and specifically, starting to invest as early as humanly possible. You've probably heard about compound interest, and it's often called the eighth wonder of the world for a very good reason. In simple terms, it's when your initial investment earns a return, and then that return starts earning its own return. It's like a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, but the longer it rolls, the bigger and faster it grows. Time is the most critical ingredient here, which is why starting early is so incredibly powerful. Think about it this way: someone who starts investing, say, $200 a month at age 25, even with a modest average return, will likely end up with significantly more money by retirement than someone who starts investing $400 a month at age 35. That decade makes a monumental difference because of the compounding effect. Those early dollars have so much more time to grow and multiply. A lot of people put off investing because they think they don't have enough money, or they think it's too complicated. But even small, consistent contributions can grow into a substantial nest egg over several decades. It's not about timing the market, it's about time the market. So, what should you invest in? For most people starting out, low-cost index funds, or ETFs, exchange-traded funds, are a great way to go. These funds track a broad market index like the S&P 500, giving you instant diversification. The key is to be consistent, automate your investments if you can, and adopt a long-term mindset. Don't panic sell when the market dips, because it will. Historically, the market has always recovered and trended upwards over the long haul. Getting your money working for you through investing, especially when you start early, is one of the most effective paths to long-term financial security and wealth creation. Don't wait. This next one is huge, and it's something that trips up so many people: avoiding unnecessary debt. Now, not all debt is created equal. There's debt that can potentially be an investment, like a mortgage on a home that appreciates, or carefully considered, student loans for a degree that significantly increases your earning potential. But what I'm really talking about here is the bad stuff: high-interest credit card debt from overspending, personal loans for depreciating assets like fancy cars you can't really afford, payday loans which are just predatory, and those buy now, pay later schemes that can quickly spiral out of control if you're not careful. This kind of debt is like a financial anchor, constantly dragging you down and making it incredibly difficult to get ahead. The interest payments alone can eat up a huge chunk of your income, money that could otherwise be going towards savings, investments, or your emergency fund. It creates immense stress and can lead to a vicious cycle where you're borrowing more just to keep up with payments on existing debt. It actively works all your efforts to build wealth. Every dollar you pay in interest to a credit card company is a dollar that's not working for you. It's making someone else rich, not you. So, how do you steer clear of this trap? The most fundamental thing is to live within your means. That goes back to having a budget and knowing where your money is going. Avoid impulse purchases. Give yourself a 24 or 48-hour cooling off period before buying something non-essential. Be incredibly wary of taking on debt for things that go down in value. And as we discussed, having that emergency fund is critical because it prevents you from having to resort to high-interest debt when unexpected expenses pop up. Before you take on any debt, ask yourself if it's truly necessary and if you have a solid plan to pay it back quickly. Your future self will thank you. Alright, our final tip, and this one ties in closely with budgeting but deserves its own spotlight: meticulously tracking your spending. You might think, hey, I made a budget, isn't that enough? Well, a budget is the plan, but tracking your spending is how you verify that you're actually sticking to the plan and see where your money goes. It's amazing how often what we spend in certain categories is wildly different from reality. Those small, seemingly insignificant purchases, the daily coffee, the subscription you forgot about, the takeout meals, they add up fast. Tracking your spending is like being a financial detective for your own life. You're looking for clues, patterns, and those sneaky little expenses that are silently draining your bank account. There are so many ways to do this. You can use budgeting apps like Mint, YNAB, or Personal Capital that link to your bank accounts and automatically categorize transactions. You can use a good old-fashioned spreadsheet and manually input your expenses every few days. Some people even use a physical notebook. The best method is simply the one you'll consistently use. The key is to capture everything, no matter how small. Once you start tracking consistently, you'll gain incredible insights. You'll be able to see exactly where every dollar is going, identify spending habits you weren't even aware of, and pinpoint specific areas where you can realistically cut back without feeling deprived. Maybe you're spending way more on dining out than you realized, or you have multiple streaming services you barely use. This isn't about judging yourself. It's about gathering data so you can make more informed, conscious decisions about your money. It reinforces your budget, helps you stay accountable, and ultimately empowers you to optimize your spending so more of your hard-earned cash goes towards what truly matters to you. So there you have it. 5 smart money tips that, if you implement them, can genuinely set you on the path to a much stronger financial future. We talked about creating a budget to get control, building that essential emergency fund for peace of mind, the incredible power of investing early, and letting compound interest work its magic, the critical importance of avoiding unnecessary debt, and finally, tracking your spending to really understand your financial habits. None of this is overly complicated, but it does require discipline and consistency. Remember, achieving financial well-being is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't get discouraged if you can't do everything perfectly right away. Pick 1 or 2 of these tips to focus on this week, this month, and build from there. The key is to start. Even small changes, consistently applied over time, can lead to massive results. You have the power to change your financial situation, and it starts with making informed decisions and taking intentional action. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you found this valuable. If you did, please hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. And of course, subscribe for more content like this and click that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Drop a comment below. Which of these tips are you going to implement first, or do you have any other smart money tips to share? And feel free to share this video with anyone you think could benefit from it. This video was brought to you by the P.E.A.Z Group. We're all about empowering you with the knowledge to make smarter financial choices. Until next time, take care and manage your money wisely.